The early morning hours of July 30, 2024, were shattered by the roar of fighter jets and the thud of explosions in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. The target was the Dahieh neighborhood, a Hezbollah stronghold. Israel confirmed the strike, claiming it was targeting a high-ranking Hezbollah commander, Fuad Shukr. The Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant stated that the strike was a direct response to recent rocket attacks launched from Lebanon into Israeli territory. The attacks sent shockwaves through the region, raising fears of a wider conflict. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati condemned the attack as a flagrant violation of Lebanese sovereignty. He called for international pressure on Israel to cease its aggression. The attack caused significant damage to buildings and infrastructure in the densely populated neighborhood. While the full extent of the casualties remains unclear, early reports suggest a number of injuries. The strike marks a significant escalation in tensions between Israel and Hezbollah, two adversaries with a long and bloody history. The incident has drawn international condemnation and sparked fears of a dangerous escalation in an already volatile region. The international community watches with bated breath, hoping for a de-escalation of the situation. Israel alleges that the airstrike was a retaliatory measure in response to a barrage of rockets fired from southern Lebanon into its territory just days prior. They claim these rockets were launched by Hezbollah, citing intelligence reports and the group's known presence in the area. Defense Minister Gallant insisted that Israel would not tolerate any attacks on its citizens or its sovereignty. He warned that further aggression would be met with swift and decisive force. Hezbollah, however, has denied any involvement in the rocket attacks. In a statement released shortly after the airstrike, the group called the Israeli attack a cowardly act of aggression and vowed to respond. They maintain that Israel is using the incident as a pretext to justify its ongoing aggression against Lebanon. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, in a televised address, accused Israel of trying to drag the region into a war. The lack of clarity surrounding the rocket fire raises questions about the true instigator and their motives. Some analysts suggest the possibility of a rogue faction operating within Lebanon, independent of Hezbollah's command. Others posit that the attack could be intended to provoke a response from Israel, potentially escalating tensions for strategic gain. To understand the current situation, it's crucial to delve into the history of Hezbollah. Formed in the 1980s during the Lebanese Civil War, Hezbollah, meaning Party of God, emerged as a powerful Shiite Muslim political and militant group. Backed by Iran, Hezbollah's initial objective was to resist Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon. Over the years, the group has evolved into a significant political force in Lebanon, holding seats in parliament and wielding considerable influence in government. However, Hezbollah's military wing remains a formidable force. It is considered by many countries, including the United States and Israel, to be a terrorist organization. They are known for their sophisticated weaponry, guerrilla tactics, and staunch opposition to Israel. Hezbollah and Israel have engaged in numerous conflicts, most notably the 2006 Lebanon War. This conflict resulted in significant casualties on both sides and caused widespread destruction in Lebanon. The group's ideology is deeply rooted in Shiite Islam and resistance against what they perceive as Western imperialism and Israeli aggression. They receive significant support from Iran, both financially and militarily, and maintain close ties with Syria. Hezbollah's influence extends beyond Lebanon, with the group playing a significant role in regional conflicts, particularly in Syria. Section 4. The Golan Heights, a strategic flashpoint. Adding another layer of complexity to the Israel-Hezbollah dynamic is the disputed territory of the Golan Heights. Captured by Israel from Syria in the 1967 Six-Day War, the Golan Heights is a strategic plateau overlooking northern Israel, southern Lebanon, and southern Syria. Israel annexed the territory in 1981, a move not recognized by the international community. The Golan Heights is a major source of water for Israel and provides a critical buffer zone against potential attacks. However, its disputed status makes it a flashpoint for conflict. Hezbollah has long vowed to liberate the Golan Heights, viewing Israel's presence there as an occupation. They have established a presence in southern Syria, near the Golan Heights, raising concerns in Israel about a potential future conflict. The presence of Iranian-backed militias, including Hezbollah in southern Syria, further complicates the situation. Israel has conducted numerous airstrikes in Syria, targeting these groups and their facilities in an effort to prevent the transfer of advanced weaponry to Hezbollah. The Golan Heights remains a potential trigger for a wider conflict, with any miscalculation or escalation risking a major conflagration. Section 5. International response calls for calm and restraint. The international community reacted to the Israeli airstrike with a mixture of condemnation and calls for restraint. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency meeting to address the situation. The United States, a staunch ally of Israel, expressed concerns about the escalation of violence while acknowledging Israel's right to defend itself. However, they urged both sides to exercise restraint and prevent further escalation. The United Kingdom echoed similar sentiments, calling for de-escalation and a return to dialogue. France, which has historical ties to Lebanon, condemned the violation of Lebanese sovereignty and urged all parties to respect the ceasefire agreement that has been in place since the 2006 war. Russia, a key player in the Syrian conflict, called for calm and emphasized the need for a political solution to the regional crisis. The international community recognizes the volatility of the situation and the potential for a wider conflict. The focus remains on urging both sides to exercise restraint and engage in dialogue to prevent further bloodshed. However, the deep-rooted animosity and mistrust between Israel and Hezbollah, coupled with the complex geopolitical dynamics of the region, make a peaceful resolution a daunting challenge.